Are we completely against going up the pooper again? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to The Legend of Vox Machina. We are now on season 3, episode 9, which is called Thordak's Throne. So the last episode did not go well for our team. They were mourning the loss of Percy, me too, and they decided to come up with a plan when Raishan decided to show up again, giving them another chance to renew their deal, basically telling the twins that the reason that their mother died was because of Thordak. Whether or not that's the truth, I'm still a little bit on the fence for, but he gave them the fuel of revenge to want to go through and try this plan. Even Keyleth got on board, so they decided to make an attack plan when they got a bunch of allies, that they rallied. But unfortunately, that plan went sideways because Thordak was supposed to be inside of his lair, but he ended up leaving it and attacking the army directly. So the plan that Vex had very painstakingly came up with has gone to hell in a handbasket, and yeah, things are just not quite going the team's way. So let's tune in and see how the fun continues. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop these episodes, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
You repay my leniency by attacking my throne?
Huh? You just said you were going to feed all of us to your kids. How is that leniency?
This is bad.
Not this. Oh, Papa. First time you leave your house and this is what happens.
We have to do something.
There's nothing we can do.
Run away? Oh, okay, that sounds bad, doesn't it? But how did he know they were coming? That's the question. Ripley? Maybe?
Percy would know what to do.
Too soon.
There's still the main entrance.
Oh, the one with Thordak's kids patrolling it? The one we said was too dangerous? That one?
What options do we have?
Thordak will wipe them out in 2 minutes.
And with our help, we can push that to what, 3?
Thank you.
Keyleth, Pikey, go help the army. The twins will join once they get me and Scan into the nest. We smash the eggs, you smash his crystal. Any questions?
Oh, Grog, that was like the hottest thing you've ever done.
Sorry, I blacked out there for a sec. What did I
Thank you. Sometimes you just need the person who keeps it simple, you know? Right in the shoulder.
Fire at will!
The fact that she went already is crazy.
What happened? Why are you back? We didn't want you to die alone.
What is that?
You were saying, dear?
Aw, they showed up. Cute.
Zara, Cash!
Say thank you later.
I'd go anywhere for love.
Oh, I'm not.
Don't flatter yourself, darling.
Phew.
You
Sorry,
know,
those
small
screams
chance
are hilarious. They shouldn't be, but they are.
Boy!
Fancy a race?
Yes, we're children. We don't know better.
Skillet's here!
I love that he whisper
sure
sings.
about this?
No.
Neither is anyone else in the group. Fucked either way.
Right? It's basically either Vex or Percy that made the plan, so we're just gonna have to wing it. As much as it breaks my heart, we just gotta figure out life without Perce. Eyes. Why does no one go for the eyes? Does Thordak have balls?
No.
Yep. Oh God, Key. Honey Bear, get that under control, okay?
Raishan? What is she?
Unless Raishan is hoping that everyone just kills each other and she's left standing. That might be the plan.
She wasn't helping.
At least she's not fighting against us.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but the mercy we have at this point is she's not coming after you, but I don't know what her point is. Ooh, fancy, we love it. Oh, thank God you know to aim for the gem. Did it work? Probably not. Honey, please don't taunt him anymore. I had a sneaking suspicion. Oh.
Wait, hold up.
Wait, who got squished in your place?
Is that?
Oh, it's your soul. Oh. Damn, this show really just hates couples, huh? Damn. They said F love. Meanwhile, the mother's just like, all these threads, so much fun. Yeah, Cash was a little too close for comfort. Respectfully, he was really a little too arrogant in that one.
He's ruined one too many lives. We're finishing this.
You gotta try.
Good luck, you handsome fool.
He's like, one last flirt.
Kiki, ready for the big one?
Let's fucking go.
Ooh, I love Jay, baby! Oh yeah, that's right. She's fire absorbent. That is your gem, isn't it? Oh, you knocked him down. Good work, Key.
Did it work?
I don't know yet. Well, it was definitely a valiant attempt.
That must have done something.
Let's not stick around to find
Yeah,
out.
let's not. Let's keep going. Well, at least you absorbed it. It's half the battle, right?
I had it!
Well, you better figure it out.
Zara, I can't.
You better.
Thordak has taken so much. Make the fucker bleed.
Right? Y'all gotta at least give this guy a cut. Are we completely against going up the pooper again? How are you gonna destroy those and quickly?
This feels wrong. I mean, they're like babies, right?
Baby Death Eaters, Kiwi!
Frog, these are bad eggs. You hear me? Now make me some goddamn omelets.
Oh! That was so mean. Get your rage on, baby. Scanlan, can we help? There's a lot of eggs. A lot.
Kinda terrified, kinda turned on.
Yeah.
Anywhere but the face! Dick
We haven't seen that in a minute. I told you should hurry up and help.
Uh-oh.
Well, it was worth a try.
Frog and Scanlan have to be out of the nest by now, right?
That's not how our luck works.
Right? Also, there was like a gajillion eggs. Unless you gave them some boom boom powder, this wasn't, I mean, even then, they're flame proof.
Listen, we gotta balance.
Shit. Hi.
I can smell you.
My blood. My ears.
Dead as they should be.
I punch things. Who did this? Your blackened flesh will fill their bellies as a
Really? He's not
recompense.
very much.
Don't know what you're doing. Never
Marty's
did.
like, that's never stopped me before. Ooh, not it spinning. Maybe that Myth Carver might have been able to do something to the jewel? Did he lose Myth Carver? Where's Myth Carver?
Wake up. No. Can you fix him?
Damn it.
Thordak's back, and he's pissed.
My precious future wiped away. I will rend your flesh.
Ooh, blue.
Fox, what do we
That's
do?
extra heck. That's extra hot, extra angry. That's a poster right there.
Mike, why?
She's gotta try. She has this
Put
vestige.
your faith in no one but yourself.
Okay, she said we're done. I don't know about the no one, but she definitely should have more faith in herself. She's a badass.
It's not the armor. It's me!
Thank you. Right back at you, babe. Hope you can eat it. Finally. We have another problem, though. Where's Raishan? Good job, Pikey. Raishan.
I'm here, Thordak.
Fucking traitor.
Wait for it. Let's just give her a second.
You bitch!
I was like, let's give it a second. This is why she didn't help, but I still don't trust her.
Taste my disease.
Yuck. Take that funky breath. You're looking great, Thordak.
I shall return.
Okay. I guess. Thank you, Lancey. Oh, flashback to children. Damn, Vex is like the spitting image of her mama.
Protect your friends. And remember, there is nothing stronger than
Look
love.
at the difference of the messaging that their mom gave them versus their dad. Thank you. I'm like, please don't let this man fly off into the sunset. Dragon, I mean. After this took out 2 of your team members. Oh, the light went out in your eyes. If only Ripley was with you. Right back into your Mordorian hell. Okay, that could have landed on you guys. But okay. Now spit on it. Just kidding. Now's the time to cry. Again, I just need to see Raishan. I mean, she did turn, but I don't know. I'm still feeling a little bit like she could have at least, but I guess she just didn't want to risk Thordak seeing her helping them. But the smile is what's throwing me off. Why would she smile at Keyleth? Is it just because she knew Keyleth was misinterpreting her again? Oh.
Don't. I want to hurt for a while.
That's real.
He's alive, but he won't wake up.
Okay.
He's gonna,
If he wants to.
right?
I'm not sure.
Hey, Dad. Oh, a nod. That's progress. That's basically a hug.
Yet it won't bring them back, Mother. Percy.
But you saved a lot of lives, though.
I was wrong about Raishan.
It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, Vex. And I should say the same to her.
It's not getting out of my hand yet. I still don't fully trust her. Let's just wait.
Your thanks are unnecessary. We both had reason to hate Thordak.
What will you do?
Anything I desire.
Are those... Wait, what is this?
Your instincts do you credit, girl. Yeah. You did give me exactly what I needed.
Oi! Don't you move!
It's too late.
Without Vox Machina, I couldn't have done any of this. Nor any of what's to come.
What more could there possibly be? Everything's gone. Why did she want Thordak's body?
Where did she take him?
Are you all right?
The gem's destroyed.
Nothing is.
There, Kiki. Please don't think that you can't trust people. Please don't think you can't trust people just because that lovely lady turned out to be a big lying liar who lies. All right, guys. Well, that's the wrap up of Thordak's line. Anyway, storyline. He is gone. And obviously, again, gotta say it. Thank you and RIP to Mr. Riddick. You did an amazing job voicing it, and very thankful he got a chance to do all this voice work before we lost him. Yeah, I just love all the stuff he's ever done. And yes, Thordak was a great character. He definitely wasn't our main villain, but he added so much texture to the tapestry of this show over the last 2 seasons. And so he will be missed in that regard. But we see that they did manage to finally take down every dragon but Raishan. Vox Machina, for the most part, did that. They did that broken, they did that in pieces, but there was so many casualties, so many casualties. Such a heavy price was paid for this victory, and I say that with a question mark because it's not over, right? I in the back of my mind, I was always questioning Raishan. Always. But I knew that I believed her as far as wanting Thordak gone. That much I was like, I don't see her not taking the opportunity to take Thordak down, considering how huge he was. From what you guys were telling me in the comments, dragons don't like being in subjugation to each other. They're all very proud creatures. And it wasn't just her, right? We saw that, who was it from last season? The one that was hanging out with Ripley. Like, most of these dragons, I think, eventually would have turned on Thordak because they don't like being bossed around. But yeah, point being, I knew that Raishan was not a fan of Thordak, but really the only reason she was still with him was because she knew he could kill her at any moment if he was still at full power. So she made the right move in picking Vox Machina because they were so unconventional, because they have this way of kind of thinking sideways compared to a lot of other people. As she said, she would never have been able able to get Thordak down, and the vestments were absolutely necessary, particularly that vest. That vest ended up being the absolute Hail Mary. She wasn't lying about that. And thank God my girl Pike actually got the hang of it at the last minute. And so, yeah, it's, as I said, this battle was sad. We lost a lot of people. I felt sorry for, who's the horn chick? Her guy. Like, that was sad seeing him die. And then I thought it was really cool that they showed how Vax was able to see him as he, his spirit or soul, whatever you want to call it, came up. And then basically, I actually thought it was both sad and beautiful the way he recognized he died, saw his girl crying for him, and then saw Vax and that Vax could see him, but didn't say anything. Just looked and turned to the mother and was like, all right, this is what happened. This is it. I'm just gonna head where I gotta head. So, I mean, kudos to him for having such acceptance. I gotta think for a lot of souls, it doesn't go that easily. But anyways, so that was just overall, as I said, that part was really dark in the beginning, but we see that Thordak really, I think what ended up being his undoing, of course, was the death of the eggs, right? The fact that Grog went through and destroyed, well, obviously he didn't kill all of them. There's way too many, but he managed to take out a good chunk of them. And obviously Thordak was aware of the fact that many of his hatchlings died in this battle, but we see that seeing them, hearing them cry for him, seeing that they all died, that obviously upset him a lot. This whole idea of his legacy was a huge deal for him. It was his ultimate plan. To see that falling apart in front of him, that threw him off kilter enough for Vox Machina to get in there and actually do what they did. And we see that Scanlan got hurt, knocked out essentially, but he's not dead. He's just choosing not to wake up. And so I get that. And I feel like he's going to be that way for a minute. As I mentioned, it's very interesting that from, what was that, episode 4, basically, Scanlan has been very scarce in all the episodes. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the actor might have had to, maybe he was doing something else during the filming, or I'm not sure. But it's interesting that it's been multiple episodes. And now with him being in a coma, who knows how long this will last. I just wonder, how it was in season 1 where Ashley had to take a leave in the middle of the filming, so they had to write that in. I'm wondering if the same thing happened with this actor. But anyway, Scanlan might be, again, out of the picture for a few episodes because he's choosing not to wake up. And I do think that has to do with the fact that he is just, probably for the first time in his life, depressed. There's really no other word for it. He is genuinely depressed. He's depressed over the situation with Kaylee. Like it was what kicked it off, was the Kaylee situation. But also just feeling like he doesn't have a meaningful purpose, along with now feeling guilty about Percy's death, feeling like he failed Vox Machina. Like there's a lot going on and he's just really down. He's very depressed. And I think that the situation with Kaylee has had him really thinking about his longevity and call it a bit of a midlife crisis, if anything, too. So there's just a lot going on. And I think that right now, this refusal to wake up is him just trying to opt out of dealing with his negative emotions. And so we'll see, because we heard Pike say, he doesn't need healing. He's just refusing to wake up. So we'll see how long that lasts or what might happen. I feel like Kaylee might be the one who wakes him up. I think if she does find out about it and comes back, that'll be probably the trigger for Scanlan to decide to come back to the world of the living. But for now, he is gone. Not gone, but he's out for the count. Percy is still gone. But yeah, now we know that there's still stuff going on, that despite all of this, Raishan has another plan. And I thought so. I was like, something about the last 2 episodes, I was like, Raishan is up to something for sure. I always thought so, as I said, but now it became very apparent between how desperate she was to get Vox Machina back after they broke their deal to this episode. Like I said, the smirk. If she hadn't smiled, I would have been like, okay, Keyleth, you were wrong about this. But the fact that she looked at Keyleth and smirked when people were just dying, I was like, ugh. I got why she didn't attack, why she didn't do anything, because if Thordak caught her protecting the humans, there's no way she would have been able to get close enough to bite his throat when she did at the end. But also, like I said, the smirk was unnecessary. Like, why are you smiling when people are dying, right? So that's when I knew for certain. I'm like, okay, Raishan is up to something. We don't know what it is yet. But again, with Thordak and all the other dragons gone, there is a vacuum. And she apparently has plans. I'm like, why did she take, maybe she wants his body. Because I was like, what does she need his body for? But I keep forgetting her body is diseased. Wanna bet her plan is to transplant her consciousness into Thordak's body. She said, take my disease, but I don't think she can pass her disease like that. She just gave him poison. Yeah, I think that's what it is, though. Yeah, I think she actually wants Thordak's body, because it's a big body. It's a lot bigger than hers is. And it's it's dead at the moment, but you get my point. If she manages to revive it, it'll be a healthy body, unlike her cursed body. So I think that might be it. She probably wants it to transfer her consciousness in, and I feel like she's just going to take right over. She's just going to be like, well, since half of Thordak and the other dragons already decimated half of Tal'Darai, I might as well just finish the job, right? So anyway, she's gone. Looks like, well, you know what? I don't think she wanted Keyleth dead. If she wanted Keyleth dead, she definitely could have just done it quickly. She definitely wanted to revel a little bit in the fact that Keyleth always knew she was up to something, but I also think she respects her. That's the reason she didn't take her out quickly. Also, she could have just been torturing her. I might be being too nice. But either way, she's gone and she's got Thordak's body. So the crazy continues. Unfortunately, we're not getting any breaks from that. But yeah, right now, Vox Machina is not in a great place. You know, we've got 2 members down. They're still actively grieving. They've lost so many people with this battle. I think the only bright spots is outside of the fact that they got revenge on Thordak for the people they lost. Vax and Vex got a nod from their dad, which is essentially the equivalent of a I love you and a hug and a kiss on the cheek. For how warm that man is, that's probably the most they're ever going to get. But also, can we talk about the fact that their dad showed up? I think that's a really huge thing. And the reason I think so, I think that really resonated with me is that, or what touched me about it, I should say, is that, you know, not every person or parent is the greatest at expressing their emotions. And you know, people always forget that, like, we love to blame our parents for a lot of the damage that we experience as humans. And don't get me wrong, sometimes your parents are very much responsible for some of the trauma that you go through in life. And in the case of Vex and Vax, obviously their dad being so cold and distant and condescending towards them did nothing to benefit them. But on the other hand, we have to remember that parents are still people, or elves in this case. My point is, they're still going through life. They're still experiencing their own things. And people expect parents to be perfect, which is crazy because, you know, while your parents were raising you, they're still growing and experiencing new things in their lives too. And sometimes they're able to be conscientious enough to make good decisions, but a lot of times they're just doing the best they can. And sometimes their best is not good enough. And that's just the reality of it. And that point I'm making is that I don't think that Vex and Vax's dad didn't love them. I don't think that was ever the case. If he didn't care about them, he could have easily had them taken care of, if you know what I mean. He brought them back to live with him because he did care. But as Vex brought out, he was also grieving, he was angry, and he needed someone to blame, and it was the kids, which he shouldn't have done. That's where he screwed up majorly. But again, he's not perfect, and that's the way a lot of people grieve. Some people, when they grieve, they feel like they need to blame somebody or something for it, even if that's not true or not the right way to handle it. But anyway, despite those feelings, I don't think their dad ever didn't love them. I think he did always care about them. He did always love them, but he detached somewhat from them, not only because he needed someone to blame, but also because, as Vex pointed out, he was so hurt by the death of their mother, who he loved very much. And from what you guys have told me, in their society, humans are considered lesser creatures. Like, he shouldn't have, as a nobleman, been involved with a human and in love with her at that. And so he was really struggling with all of that, and that pain of losing them. You know, when you see 2 people, especially considering that Vex is the spitting image of her mom, that was a daily reminder to him of something that someone he loved, and a very painful thing that he experienced. So unfortunately, I think that distance was also his way of handling his grief. And as I said, not good, not perfect by any stretch, hurtful and traumatic, but no one's perfect. And so unfortunately, not all of us handle our grief well. So I think that's really what ended up being the case with him. But the love was always there. And I think somewhere in his deluded mind of how this was all playing out, I think he genuinely believed that they knew that he loved them, despite everything, even though he did not make that very clear. And you saw it in his face when he heard what Vex was saying about the self-blame and the fact that she thought that he hated them. And, you know, you could see in his face, that was not the message he was hoping to convey. But anyway, I just love that when it was all said and done, one thing I loved is that Vex said is that everyone's pain is their own. So I do love that she said that despite the fact that their dad did a lot to mess them up, her own trauma and her own pain are like, they're things that she has to deal with. She can't like expect him to fix that. But also I love the fact that he did in fact show up. Like she said, if you have any love for me or our mother, or me and my brother and our mother, please come. So I love that his being there was not just because honestly it was the right thing to do, because as she said, Thordak's coming for everyone, but it just again showed that he loves his children, all of them, including his youngest daughter. Like he wants all of his kids to be safe. And so I just love that. That was a beautiful moment for the twins. And I think they needed that. It's not going to fix everything. Obviously, they're probably never going to be close to their father, but knowing that he cared enough to show up is going to mean a lot for both of them. But yeah, so that was that. It was a heavy episode, unfortunately. And again, the tone of the last couple episodes has definitely been darker, a little bit sadder. I mean, not that the show's ever been happy-go-lucky per se, but it's definitely been a much more real tone because we've got 2 members down, and we haven't had that in this show this far, right? We've had a lot of near misses, but we haven't actually lost anyone. And so, yeah, this is interesting. A very interesting direction this season is taking, but you know what? It's good storytelling, so I am still very much invested and involved. So yeah, I like this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I will see you in the next one.